The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says Daesh militants have seized one of the richest gas fields in Syria. The Sha'er field is more than 100 kilometres away from the city of Homs. Its gas is used to supply electricity to provinces in this country's south. At least 34 regime soldiers and 16 Daesh fighters have been killed during the battle. Syrian media says 12 people have been killed in suicide bombings in Homs province. 2 explosions hit the main square of the regime-held town of Makharam Fawakani in eastern Homs. 40 other people were injured. And elsewhere in Syria, Aleppo is under a 48-hour ceasefire. It's seen the worst of the recent upsurge in violence. The US and Russia brokered the pause in fighting, and the UN Special Envoy for Syria is warning that without a lasting truce there, 400,000 more refugees could head for the Turkish border. Ediz Tiyansan has more details from Gaziantep on the Turkish-Syrian border.
United States and Russia announced a new ceasefire, this time in the city of Aleppo. They brokered this agreement between their own allies, that is the Syrian regime and the moderate opposition, but it's not quite clear what will be on the agenda of groups like al-Nusra, Jaish al-Islam or Ahrar al-Sham, as they have their own separate agenda. But at least until now, we haven't heard any reports of any violations against this agreement. We've also heard a confirmation from the Syrian regime. They said a 48-hour ceasefire would be in effect in the city of Aleppo starting the first hour of Thursday, that is Damascus time. But obviously, since this is a 48-hour temporary ceasefire, the objective now is to extend it to a permanent one, and not just in the city of Aleppo, but nationwide in all of Syria. And that's what the main opposition figure, Riyad Hijab, said in his speech in Berlin yesterday. He also emphasized what they need now is a new initiative, with a timetable with clear goals, for a transition without Assad. Now, these 48 hours will be crucial for the city of Aleppo and its residents, as the humanitarian situation appears to be dire in the city. We've heard from the UN Special Envoy Staffan de Mistura on Wednesday, saying that continuing fighting in Aleppo would simply be catastrophic, as it would drive out more than 400,000 people towards the Turkish border. And we've also heard from humanitarian officials. Jan Egeland, an advisor to the UN, also said that there might now be some new besieged areas with civilians deprived of their basic needs. So this will be again an important chance for these relief workers to be able to move more freely in Aleppo and reach the most basic needs to some people who might have been deprived for almost 2 weeks.